Hello, everybody. Today, I'm going to be reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Ohio Holiday by John Was Never. Now, I know what you're thinking. Number one, did I not already read an Ohio story a couple weeks ago? Yes. Then also, did I not say the Ohio meme was dead? Yes. But it's a new John Was Never book, who's the best at making LLB, so I have to give it a read because, he's pretty much paying my bills at this point. But anyway, if you enjoyed Diary of a Wimpy Kid content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you do, I will toe punt Manny across the room, so it's a win-win. Anyway, let's get straight into Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Ohio Holiday by you/John Was Never. December, Sunday. It's that time of season again, where that big fat guy breaks into our house, eats our sweets, and leaves boxes under a tree in our living room. Mama's been asking Roderick, Manny, and I what we want as Christmas gifts nonstop. Roderick wants to go to a goth IHOP, but Mom keeps reminding him that a goth IHOP doesn't actually exist, which I think is funny, because I don't even think she knows what a goth is. All Manny keeps begging for is literally just a lot of chocolate pudding. Yeah, that's right, pudding. I really hope Mom and Dad don't get Manny a lot of pudding because I think Manny has a weird addiction to it. Just the other day, I walked into his room to look for my Twisted Wizard CD, and I suspected that he took it. So when I walked in, I caught him smearing chocolate pudding all over his body. After I witnessed it, I immediately ran to my room and cried for 2 hours. It's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. For me, I have no clue what I wanted for Christmas. I originally wanted Twisted Wizard 7, but Mom says I already have 6 other Twisted Wizard games. But that's the point, they're all different. Since Mom and Dad can't really get us anything, Mom suggested that we go on a family vacation. Unfortunately, she didn't know where we would go. Roderick chimed in and said we could take a family vacation to Goth IHOP, but Mom reminded him again that it doesn't exist. Manny said that he wanted to go to Disney World, but Mom said it was too expensive. And that's when Dad said we should go to Ohio. I asked him why the heck we should go to Ohio, and he said it's the only state we haven't been to, which surprises me because we go on family vacations all the time. So that settled it. We're going to the airport to hop on a plane and head to Ohio. Monday. After we packed all our bags, we headed down to the airport. And let me just say, everyone else who was going to be on the flight to Ohio looked all the same. The guy in front of me noticed me and then looked me up and down. You ain't gonna survive 3 days in Ohio, boy. After he said that, I got really nervous. What is Ohio even like? After we got on the plane, the whole ride went smoothly. A little too smoothly. I had a weird feeling something bad was gonna happen. Oh my god, I was right. Right as I saw Ohio below us, the announcement from the pilot came on. There is no airport in Ohio. Everyone will be exiting immediately. I was in pure shock. I then looked over and saw a bunch of people putting on parachutes. Even if they were putting them on as some sort of coincidence, I wasn't going to risk not putting one on. Once I put one on, my whole family put one on. And that's when it actually happened. Someone opened the door and everyone went flying out. I felt like I was about to faint, but I didn't because I didn't want to die. So I stayed calm and opened my parachute. Everyone else did too. There was a big flat area with a red X, and everyone was floating over there, so I did too. After we all floated down to the ground, somebody approached all of us. He had a crown and a really big nose. Quandale Dingle here, King of Ohio. King of Ohio? I didn't know there was a King of Ohio, but everyone else did apparently. It's our ruler! Everyone bowed down to their ruler, but my family was so confused we didn't bow. This Quandale Dingle guy then walked up to us and welcomed us to Ohio. He noticed that we weren't native to Ohio, so he reserved us a room in a 5-star hotel. He even gave us a ride in a limousine. I'm sorry to like this Quandale Dingle guy. Then we got to our hotel and our hotel room. I looked outside and I'm surprised to say it wasn't a very great view. I guess Ohio is a really strange place. I decided to go to bed after that whole day of craziness. Tuesday. I woke up around 10 and walked into the main room and saw Roderick watching TV, so I sat down and watched it with him. I asked him what he was watching, and he said there was only one channel. Even entertainment in Ohio was crazy. The show that was playing was this guy called I Show Speed. All the show was Speed talking to Talking Ben the dog, which is a game on the App Store. That was when Mum walked into the main room and told us we couldn't be sitting around the entire time we're on vacation. Then she told us we were going to go look at all the tourist attractions. The rest of the day was exactly as intended. As usual, the attractions we went to were super crazy. I think the coolest thing we saw was the world's biggest nut. And let me tell you, that nut was freaking big. We even saw Goth IHOP. After Roderick begged Mom and Dad to death, they finally agreed and we ate at a Goth IHOP. Then we all got home after a long day of looking at stuff like giant nuts. I immediately got bored, so I decided to play a friendly game of The Floor is Lava with Manny. The floor is lava. Manny actually burned to death. I started freaking out and saying the floor isn't lava. Then I ran to Mom and Dad's room and told them. They started freaking out too, and Mom even called 911. But apparently the police don't even exist in Ohio. So sadly there was nothing left to do but lay Manny to rest. We couldn't bury him anywhere, so Roger had to flush him down the toilet like a dead goldfish. Hey, Manny's dead in this fanfiction, that's already a W. Like, that's what I like to see. That's just already a 10 out of 10. You know what? 11 out of 10. So that obviously didn't work, and the toilet got clogged, so Dad had to unclog it. We ended up just throwing him into the trash. I felt really bad, so I wanted to go out and get everyone a Christmas gift. So that night, I snuck out of the hotel and went downtown to look for something. While walking around town, I noticed Ohio was almost like a ghost town. Every building was dark, and everything was closed. Though I did notice one thing. There was a Sprite on some sort of pedestal, and it was called a Sprite Cranberry. No way. No way. Not the Sprite Cranberry. Oh, LeBron James better show up. If LeBron James doesn't show up, then I'll just be disappointed. So I picked it up and looked at it. But as soon as I picked it up, these sirens started going off. I spun around and I saw these guards down the street. I didn't want to go to jail, so I started running. While I was running, I turned around and all saw the guards were wearing Crocs. They all pulled their straps down on their Crocs and they started running really fast. I was no match for them because they caught me. In no time, right when they got me, they brought me to a prison cell. I guess I'm staying here for the night. Wednesday, the guards woke me up. I looked around. I was in a prison cell. They grabbed me and started walking me down this long hallway. I asked what they were gonna do with me, and they just told me to shut up. At the end of the hallway, there were these giant steel doors. They slowly opened them and pushed me through them. That's when I realized where I was. I was in a coliseum. I started looking around and noticed my family in the stands. I ran up to the wall of the stands and asked them what was going on. They told me I was arrested for taking the Holy Sprite Cranberry, and the only way we could leave is if I fight a competitor and win. I asked who the competitor was, and they said they didn't know. Fortunately, I was about to find out. On the other side of the Coliseum was a giant gate. It started rising, and that's when my competitor appeared. It was iShowSpeed. Next, I heard a giant bell above me ring, signaling that the fight begins. Speed started running at me super fast. I guess now that's why he's called iShowSpeed. Bark, bark, bark. I started to run away from him, but he was too fast. Luckily, I was able to get away from him because it was really easy to juke him out. I knew I wouldn't be able to keep up with this for too long, and that's when an idea popped in my head. I noticed a while ago that I still had my stuff in my pockets, my phone and the Sprite Cranberry. So I got my phone out and started downloading the Ben the Talking Dog app onto my phone. It was pretty hard though because I still had to run away from Speed at the same time. When the download finally finished and I got into the app, I clicked the telephone button and quickly threw my phone at Speed. Ben? Ben, what are you doing here? Ho ho ho. Quit laughing at me, I gotta beat this kid. No. It worked. iShowSpeed actually passed out. The bell rang above the Coliseum and the fight was over. Damn, he knocked him over the head with a Sprite Cranberry. That's crazy. Thursday. So me and my family are back safe at home again. I'll explain what happened. After I won the fight with Speed, I gave the Sprite Cranberry back to King Quandale. But he told me to keep it because now I'm the Knight of Ohio. Apparently I was the only person to ever beat iShowSpeed in a fight. So after we said our goodbyes, we got to fly back home. I can't wait to tell Rally this story because I bet he's never had a family vacation like that. Bro, Rally looks terrified, bro. No, anyway, make sure to like, subscribe if you like iShowSpeed or Talking About it. I don't know, just subscribe. Wait a minute, the video isn't even 10 minutes long yet, so can't even get that much money out of this. So I guess I'll have to make it 10 minutes. Look at this awesome Diary of a Wimpy Kid thing I got, guys. We got the Diary of a Wimpy Kid freshman year CD or Blu-ray disc, bro. I paid like $30. This is so cool. It's like a DVD of like the fan film of freshman year by the Fruit Jar. Go check it out if you haven't watched it already and you like Wimpy Kid. Just go watch it. He goes to high school. It's just so cool. But yeah, I got this. I paid like $30 for it. This is like the prize. This is like the coolest Diary of a Wimpy Kid thing I got. Look at the back. You can see like I don't know, I'm pretty sure my camera's kind of like bad quality, but whatever. This is just so cool. I wanted to show you this like I wanted to show you guys this is just so sick. But yeah, that's all I really have to say.